This is a walkthrough of the features that have been added over the past few days. They're primarily usability features. Uh, Part of the reason for doing a pre-release is to better understand how one utilizes the system and how we can streamline that process. So we want to allow data to be inputted as quick as possible and be retrieved as efficiently as possible. So one of the first features here is the shopping list. And basically what that does is it takes all the diet plans assigned to a fitness calendar in a date range, aggregates the items, and gives you the serving, the item, and the approximate cost. You can choose any date range you wish within, as long as it's in the future, and up to about a month in advance probably. Right. You can load the shopping list for, say, January 22nd to the 26th. And to send it to your phone, for instance, you could just email it to yourself. Click that button, click OK, and you'll receive your shopping list. And so you'll see if we have data for the approximate cost, you'll see an approximate cost, and it's fairly accurate, but that it's always going to change depending on where you live, where you shop, and so on. The next feature was kind of a problem with the diet planner, is that even though you did have the individual macro breakdowns for each meal, to get the total macro composition, you had to add it up per meal, and that just wasn't flying. So at the very top here, you're going to see the macro and caloric breakdown of the entire meal. So as you add or modify items, the macros are going to update up here. You can delete items, and you'll see across the board that everything updates. So at a glance, you can see the macro composition for a meal plan. Similarly, it's like this in the diet log. Um, However, another problem with that I was finding with the diet log is that I would set a template in the diet plan in my fitness calendar. So I'd set a meal plan for the day, and I would stick to that meal plan more or less, probably like 90 to 95% of that. But when it came time to log it, what I'd have to do is I'd have to log the same, 350 grams chicken breast, 250 grams broccoli, and so on. But I had already really logged that when I created the diet plan. And, in theory, when you create a diet plan, you're supposed to eat what's on your diet plan. That doesn't always happen 100%, but more or less, if you want to be successful, that diet plan was designed for your success. That's what you need to do. So if you eat pretty much what you're supposed to, what's assigned in your diet plan, there's this new option down here that's called Apply Diet Plan. And if you click that button and you click OK, it's going to take the diet plan that's assigned for that day, and it's going to, well, before I do that, let's make sure that there's data in there for the 16th. Okay, there was no diet plan set, so it wasn't going to do anything. But we're going to set it to that diet plan, and then we'll go back to it real quick. So sorry about that. But at any rate, we go back to the 16th, and here we are, and we're going to apply this diet plan. And what it's going to do is it's going to take the meals that were in the IF standard diet plan, it's just going to apply it to my log. And there it is. So I don't have to log these items individually. And I can use that as a starting point, because it might have been I did basically the diet plan, only I didn't eat the oatmeal, so I can remove that. And then the egg whites, instead of 350 grams, I had 440 grams. But that saves me a lot of time. And this is very useful if you're following the diet plan fairly carefully. The next feature that we'll go over is for trainers, and it's progress reports for your clients. So after you load a client, there's a new option in the fitness tab called progress reports. This doesn't show up for clients, and clients can't access this page. So every Monday morning, like at 12:01, uh, it'll run a report based on the week prior, and it's going to tell you the number of assigned diet plan days. This should be 7 because every day should have an assigned diet plan. But I mean, that's up to the trainer or the client if he's the one setting the diet plans. But typically this is going to be 7. But then this number right here is going to tell you how many diet logs they actually completed. So they only entered data, or they only completed a diet plan for, or a diet log rather, for 5 of those days. So you might want to contact your client, say what happened those 2 days, or maybe they don't log it on the weekend, or whatever. You can take this data in conjunction with the alerts on their goals to get a better feel for their progress and where they need help, if any. And then the next 2 rows, these are the average macros that you assign them, and these are the average macros that they inputted. And since these values don't really, protein is sufficient, fat is sufficient, carbs aren't too far off, calories are about where you think they should be, um, there's really no reason to contact the client. But if they had, say, 100 grams protein and they're 189 pounds, well, you might want to hit them up, and if they're cutting, and say, you'll probably want to up the protein. So taking this data at a glance, you can see how they're utilizing the system, how close to what you say they should be consuming they're actually logging, and so on. And then you can take that data along with the alert data and their goals, and that can dictate how you contact, or when you contact the client, and how you what you suggest to them, whether it's do this, do that, and so on. So that's pretty much all the features that were added in the past few days. There's going to be another couple big updates. The cooler updates are coming in the next few weeks. That's when we're going to go over the base algorithms for the virtual trainer. So all that cool AI and neural network stuff. So thanks a lot for trying it out, and I'll keep you posted on the updates.